Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone. And I really hope that this time you can hear me and you can see me. I have just restarted my computer and it seems that after a basically most of the time peaceful week while doing major technical stuff and launching our new website for Friday, már nem tudok mit csinálni. Megy? Megy? Okay. So there is sound and you can see me. Wonderful. So after all, we made it happen. For the first time since we started No One Has to Bead Alone, you can watch it on YouTube. And I see Maria here and Gisela. And Gisela also says that she can see me and she can hear me. Wonderful. Wonderful. Faye is here from New Zealand. Meta is here. Sue is here. Sandra is here. Sarah is here. Oh, you can't imagine what a relief is this. Already since the morning, I saw this message on my broadcasting program that there is a connectivity issue between the program and Facebook, and that the engineers are working hard on fixing it. So I trusted it that by now it will be working. But this unfortunately didn't happen. But I'm glad that we can meet anyway, and you are here, and Teresa is here, and Corinne is here. Corinne says Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov, Corinne. Nancy is here. Wonderful. So, what a special week we have. This week, your well-known storytelling jeweler changed into BEADIngschool.com by Erika. And from this week, you will see everywhere the new name and the new colors and the new symbol. And it was a wonderful week. And I am really, really, really happy that we got so much positive response regarding the new website. We were working on it for a long, long time, and like all our hearts and lots of effort to make it as nice and as comfortable as possible went into it. So it's really wonderful to see you loving it. And in the meanwhile, I also see Karin joining, and Connie is here, Aniko is here, Belinda, Katie, Tanya is coming, Kata is here, Hilda, Kim, Deb, Cheryl, Marianska, Laura. Hello, everyone. And before I would continue with any other news, or before we would start beading, I am really happy that Deb is with us. Here now, because as those members of the Beading School Club, previously known as the Storytelling Beading Club, who are with us for some time now, they know that the last day of the month is always special, as the last day is always Beader Appreciation Day. And every month we say thank you and celebrate one of the members of the club who was somehow in some way doing an extra contribution. It can be anything. It can be like being helpful to someone, or being inspiring with new types of jewels or new colors. So it's not a competition. It's a day to like stop and recognize that extra effort that someone put in to make us all feel wonderful in our little club. And today, during Beaders Appreciation Day, we are celebrating Deb. And I would like to congratulate Deb on the wonderful, very fresh style jewels that she is making and that she is inspiring us with. So this is one of the beautiful pendants that Deb made. And I really love the unusual shape of the filigree, how she attached the chain and the star above the main motif. Normally, I think 9 out of 10 of us would put the star under the main motif, but Deb went for this extra solution. So I was really, really happy to see all of you like leaving kind comments to Deb. And Deb, I really want to like congratulate you also during the video. So thank you so much for the inspiration that you bring to us with your beautiful jewels. And in the meanwhile, also Sharon joined us. Then we have 𝐂𝐄𝐑 Kid. On YouTube, we have different names than on Facebook, so it's funny sometimes. Laura is Miriam. You see? We have to get used to each other's names here. And Veronica. Veronica says, hi, my first time here. Welcome, Veronica. I am really happy that you decided to join us. And Veronica is Zuzi's friend, and I think that she got inspired for bead weaving by Zuzi's beautiful pieces. So welcome, Veronica, and I'm wishing you lots and lots of fun and looking forward to seeing your creations. And I see Ludka. Oh, and yeah, Honey says, you will like it, Veronica. Yeah, it's a good place to be. And Sharon is here also with us. Shirley is here. Belinda. Mette, Sharia, wonderful. So, today is this week is indeed special as we are transitioning to this new adventure of Beading School by Erika, and transitioning into being like a class of beaders where we learn different beading techniques and tricks. Of course, we help each other, we learn from each other, and we have fun, of course, together. And the new Beading School, it has, of course, also a new symbol. So you will see the previous symbol, the bunny, less and less. It will still appear sometime as we are changing all the packaging and all the graphic elements gradually as time allows. So it will still pop up from time to time, but you will see this little beaded mandala that became the symbol of Beading School more and more from now on. And you know, the mandala, what we are actually also beading today, it is made of my favorite colors, but also these colors have special meaning. So the turquoise, it is standing for creativity. Then the yellow, it is standing for positive energy, and pink is standing for kindness and compassion. And these are the three values and the three guidelines that we follow here in Beading School. And I really hope that you will love this new symbol as much as actually we are really loving it. As you can see this week, everyone, including Adam and including the ladies in the warehouse, we are wearing t-shirts with the new Beading School mandala. And I even got a nice springtime picture from the ladies today from Slovakia, from the warehouse, and this is what they sent me. And they enjoy wearing the new t-shirts very much. And in the meanwhile, oh, I see 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄 is Kim, okay. And Donna is here with us, and Susie made it. Wonderful. Marion is here also, and Lucy. Oh, Lucy is Manuela. Ladies, I will do my best to remember who is who. So Lucy is Manuela. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄 is Kim. Then Laura is Miriam. Zuzi Monkey is Zuzi. Yeah, I love that plant too in the background. And one more thing that I really wanted to show you, and yeah, probably you already found it. You can download the printable file to help you follow the class today. Maybe you have already done it. So you can follow the link that we had also before. It's the same, but instead of the storytelling jeweler, it's beadingschool.com/no one has to bead alone / and then you can download the tutorial that I prepared for you for today. And when you open it, then you will see that not only the colors and our outfits got a facelift, but also the tutorial looks a bit different. So we try to make it even easier for you to follow, even more, just pleasant and nice. But also we added some additional features, as the very dangerous QR code on the material list that you can just scan with your phone, and then it will lead you to the page where you will find links to all the material that you need for the tutorial. So this is a feature that you will always find from now on, or every one of our tutorials you will have. If you print the tutorial, then it's very handy to maybe like tick off in these little squares that what you already have, especially, okay, this is a more simple tutorial, but when we bead something more complicated, then it comes handy if you can mark that, okay, I prepared this and this and this, and still need to find this and this and this. And then you will find here, as before, some tips and tricks, some in general, some specific to the project. And of course, you already got used to this at the bottom of every page. So instead of having to go back to the first page and try to find out there that what bead is what, then you will always find the abbreviations at the bottom to make it easier for you to follow. And Susie says, Veronka, you are one of us now. No way back. I expect the picture in the club on Monday when you're welcome there as well. I am really looking forward to it, Veronka. And Mette is asking, oh, can we buy the t-shirt in the shop? let's see what will happen during the upcoming weeks. We have actually something very special coming up, so I don't want to say more about it. And Deb says, everything is a wonderful change. Thank you so much, Deb. I'm really, really happy that you ladies like it. And I also want to say that me, Adam, and the whole team, we are extremely grateful to all of you who are here with us and who make beading school, who made it possible for beading school to come to life by your company, by sharing, by making an order, by telling about us to your beading friends. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And in the meanwhile, oh yeah, the QR code is dangerous. I was hoping you will say how helpful it is. Kim likes also the new tutorial format. And Martina joined us. Oh, Cheryl says, I need to change my name to Squirrels or something. I'm boring. Not boring at all, but you know, the squirrel would be such an alter ego that we would instantly know that it's you. That's no hiding. Tanya joined us. Julie joined us. Wonderful. So, yeah, one more thing. Before we start to bead our logo, the logo also appears on some gifts that we prepared for you this week. So if you place orders with us, then depending on the sum of the order, you will receive some gifts decorated with the Beading School mandala. So everyone receives a little chocolate from Beading School. You know, we just want to help your flattening skills in case that your beaded motif is not flat enough, then you might need some additional flattening power. And I think Manuela, you received it already, right? Do I remember well? Someone in Germany. And connection between Slovakia and Germany is awesome. And then we also have this tote bags for you and notebooks for you to enjoy. And about 20 pieces, 1/3 is left only from the boxes that also come with the logo and actually in the colors of the logo. And in the meanwhile, Karina is here. Wonderful. So, and let's start beading. So today we are beading indeed the symbol of our beading school community, the turquoise, yellow, pink beaded mandala. Of course, it can be in your own colors. I am really curious to see what you come up with. So let's see, what do you need for the mandala? You will need 2 colors of GEMDUO beads, or of course, if you want to go for a simpler look, then it is enough to have 1 color of the GEMDUOs, but originally it's with 2 colors of GEMDUOs. Then you will need 2 colors of size 15 round seed beads. I am using MIYUKI round seed beads as always. I prefer them for their uniformity and shape. And then you need also some 2mm round burrs or drag beads. And then, depending on your own taste, on the type of jewel that you would like to make, you will also need, for example, you can hang a glass drop at the bottom, a glass drop in metal setting, or we have here fans of tassels, we have fans of beaded ornaments hanging from the bottom. You can even, depending on its shape, you can hang also a filigree at the bottom of the beaded motif. So that's that depends on your own taste. And also, of course, if you are making earrings, then some ear wires, but you can also make the motif into a pendant, or you can connect several pieces into a bracelet. So I hope that everyone is prepared and we can start beading. Antoinette joined us in the meanwhile, and Sherry found the broadcast too. So let's start. And if any of you have trouble with downloading the file, then just let me know. I will be showing also. Okay, let's try it. I hope I am not on mute. I hope that you can hear me now. Okay, how should I test? Lucy is Miriam, I think. Okay. Oh, so Gisela is asking, okay, sound is back. Oh. Okay, so Gisela is asking, what is the number of the color you have used at the round? I have one of my favorite colors is MIYUKI 4202F. And if I remember well, then this is actually traveling in the signature boxes too. And then my other favorite color that I am using here for the rounds is MIYUKI 190F, the matte silver. You will find both of these in the e-shop too. And let's start beading. So I will start by picking up 6 pieces of GEMDUO beads. I was talking so much today that I think Sarah and Kata, probably they already have like 2 pairs of earrings confess, ladies, how is it going? So you need to turn the GEMDUOs in a way that they will be facing the top of the pendant. One side is flat, that should be at the bottom, and the bumped side will be at the top. And always take a quick look or try to push your needle through the second hole, because sometimes it can happen that the second hole is clogged, and we want to avoid a nasty surprise discovered later. And then I bead through all of the GEMDUOs through the same hole one more time to join them into a circle, and then I bead through the very first one for a third time, first through the same hole, the inside hole, and then through the outside hole. And as with basically all of my jewels, I leave a tail of 10 to 12 centimeters, 5-6 inches. And someone is asking for the file. I am posting the link where you can find it. It's beadingschool.com/no one has to bead alone / So my thread is exiting now the outside hole of one of the GEMDUO beads. And now, yeah, Kata says going well. And then I pick up the first one bead of the first color of the round 15. I pick up another GEMDUO from my second color, and then this time actually I let the GEMDUO already fall to its place, and I bead through the second hole of the same bead. I pick up one more from the round 15 in this first color, and then I bead through the outside hole of the next GEMDUO. So this is how it should look like at this moment. And then I do the same in every gap between the outside holes of the GEMDUOs in this first circle. So I always pick up a round 15 seed bead, a GEMDUO in the second color. I arrange the beads already in a way how they will be in the finished motif. I bead through the second hole of the same GEMDUO. I pick up around 15 seed bead, and then I bead through the open hole of the next GEMDUO bead. And as we have a first-time beader here, not only that Veronka is joining us for the first time in her life, but if I know well, then it is actually the first time that she is beading. So I really want to make sure that you can, Veronka, follow me, and please let me know from time to time, and everyone else also let me know how is it going, and please feel free to ask any questions that you might have. In the meanwhile, Sarah has one motif finished already. Nice. Oh, Cheryl has a good idea. Anyone having sound issues, hit F5, refresh. Thank you so much, my geeky friend. We have tech support here. Even if Adam, I asked him, I told you in the club that today it's a historic day because the first male person in the club, first male member of the club joined us. So it's Adam. And I asked him to join the club, so in case that someone is having trouble locating the group, locating the broadcast because of this change to YouTube, then he can help. But I think in the meanwhile, I asked him to stay in the club and monitor the club for about like 15-20 minutes. Then I think he went off and is now flying some fighter jets. Or maybe he's following the class and beading. Who knows? Who knows? Also, some of you mentioned it this week that sometime last year in February, when we had the challenge of stepping out of our comfort zones regarding beading, then I asked him to bead with me. And that was his big step of getting out of his comfort zone to pick up a needle and some beads finally. And then I interviewed him, and you can still watch the interview on my Facebook page. And I had to rewatch it after the comments that Cheryl left there. And it was indeed cute. And he told that time that he will probably not be beading again, as he finds it very difficult. But who knows? I made him watch today's broadcast to help you if someone has a technical issue. So maybe he gets inspired, and maybe he is in secret beading in the living room. Who knows? Donna also has one motif. And Donna says, I have one done as well. I used a different bead just for curiosity's sake. And that's absolutely something that I always encourage you to do. If you have an idea how to modify a basic motif that I came up with, go for it. Go for it, and you will make me very, very proud and happy if you make the design your own, to your own taste, to your own liking, by adopting it to what is your style, or like adopting it to what beads and colors you have on hand at the moment. And Kata says, if Adam is beading, you will have a full pair of earrings. Well, actually, I really hope that by today evening I will have a full pair of beading school colors, because I am using the same colors as I did for the sample. So I hope that I will have a full pair of jewels that I can wear. And looking at the comments, Martina says, my husband used to be a fighter pilot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, since COVID started last year, Adam really got into like flying jets fighter jets on his computer, and he's now like reading books which are either novels written by ex-fighter jet pilots or memories written by ex-fighter jet pilots. If your husband is one of those writers, let me know. But how awesome it is. Wow. Kim says, tell him beading will help him his dexterity with the fighter controls. For sure. Thank you, Deb. Susie says, Erika, do you remember our friend Janka was suggested with beading as form of exercise to avoid carpal tunnel? That's how we met at workshop in your store. And it seems Veronica is another one. I hope that your hand gets better soon thanks to beading, Veronica. And yeah, indeed, I remember Janka, and she will join us also on Monday in the club. In the meanwhile, I'm at step 3, and now I am exiting the first hole of a GEMDUO. My thread is hanging towards the outside of a motif, and I pick up 6 pieces of round 15 seed beads, but this time I switch to my second color. Again, it's up to you if you would like to use the same color as before, or if you go for another one. Here I switch to another one. I bead through the second hole of this same GEMDUO bead. I arrange the beads nicely into a semi-circle shape around the GEMDUO. And now I pick up a 2mm round pearl and I bead directly through the first hole of the next GEMDUO. Here you want to be careful with your thread tension. Don't pull too much because the motif will not stay flat, and you will need to sit on it and order more to get chocolate to flatten the beaded motif more effectively. So if you want to avoid flattening, then be careful with your tension. What I like to do is that I keep my motif on the bead mat and I pull my thread and then gently tap on the motif to see how my thread tension should be. And the 2mm round bead, it should sit on the tip of the GEMDUO from the first circle. And this is how I bead all around, always adding 6 pieces of round beads over the GEMDUO. And then adding a 2mm round pearl between the GEMDUOs. And Connie says, I think I will glue the design on my notebook. That's a great idea, Connie. That will look awesome, I think. And ladies, tell me, I know that some of you are beading the motif in the original colors, and some of you, Katy, for example, is beading in a different color combination. So tell me, do you stick to the original colors, or are you beading a mandala in different colors? And please keep me updated, ladies, that how is it going? If you can follow, if you have any questions, anything that you would like to share. I think beading is also awesome, not just because we can make pretty jewelry for ourselves and for our loved ones, or maybe sell pretty jewelry, but we can indeed, as Connie says, decorate items around us, or decorate our house with some, or home with some beaded items. So having a beaded motif on a notebook is definitely a nice way to add a beady touch to something around us. And for example, what I plan to do once I have time is to bead like around the curtains, like with tassels, some kind of decorations. But up until that time, that I can make time for that, but I have actually did, and it's a very lazy solution to have beads around me and to decorate something around me with beads, that I put some fire polished beads on the long needles of a cactus. And it's of course turquoise and avocado, and it looks really great. Do you maybe have any kind of beaded items in your home? I'm curious. And in the meanwhile, Connie says that she's doing almost the originals. Sarah says, I will do 2 pairs. 1 pair in original colors and 1 in another colors. And Dev, different colors. I didn't have the beauty for pink or turquoise. Sandra, I'm using purple and silver and pink mist. That sounds really good. And Tanya, I saw Tanya's colors, and she says more or less in the original colors, but I switched to the GEMDUOs. And Shirley, I am just watching today because I have a service technician coming soon. And Donna, my mandala is made with Samos beads that are blue and gold mixed. And Faye, I'm doing different colors, copper and purple GEMDUOs, pink and turquoise 15s, and pink 2 millimeters. And then Laura, who is, if I remember well, Miriam, first pair of mandala logo earrings hanging from my ears. And Kim says, I'm using silver and metallic blue duos and red metallic seed beads as soon as I can find them to make a Christmas ornament. Martina says, Donna, is it working well with Samos beads? Just curious. I'm curious too. Please let us know. Mahel, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. She's beading. I'm beading a pair with metallic threaded green, gold splash with a touch of lavender, green dot prop underneath. Sounds good. Cheryl, I'm using my own colors, turquoise, yellow, and green, but love it. I may need to order more 15s as I was using some up and was going to make a brooch, but now need more. Lutka is using turquoise and the Metalist Matte Lipstick Red. That's an awesome color. And then golden metallic 2 millimeter beads. Hilda is using green and champagne. And Donna says that the Samos beads worked well. She says, I just had to put 5 15s along the top and put 15s on either sides where the true tools go. Thank you for the update, Donna. And Iris says blue turquoise gold and dark blue drop. Nice. Okay, Mayel is Marielle. We need to stick to Facebook, ladies. Or get used to the alter egos. And Kathy says green, purple, and a bit of neon. That was a misspot. Happens sometimes. And now I am adding the last 6 beads on top of the last GEMDUO. I am beading back through its second hole towards the middle of the motif. And I pick up a 2mm round pearl and I bead through the first hole of the very first GEMDUO that I decorated with the round 15s. Now I'm switching the pictures. And now I am creating place for where the earring and where the glass drop in metal setting go. And what I'm doing, I'm beading through the first 3 round 15s from a group of 6. I pick up a new round 15 and then I bead through the other 3. So instead of 6, I have here 7 in a V shape. And now, also to strengthen the motif, I bead all around, repeating the thread path of the previous step. And exactly opposite of this extra bead where the drop will go, I will also add an extra bead where the earring hook will go. In the meanwhile, Deb says, Christmas ornaments, stars, duck, turtle, elf, boxes, and needle cases are some of the other things I have in the house. You have a lot, Deb. What a collection. Iris says, I made a mistake and it is no longer a mandala. It happens, but as far as it still looks good, do you need to pick it out? Do you need to frog, or is it okay to continue? Cheryl says, I do miss being able to interact with reactions on other comments. I think that's something that is really nicer on Facebook than on YouTube. So I really hope that the connectivity issue between the 2 programs will be fixed soon. So I hope that from next week we will be able to return to our usual places in the club and on the page. Connie says the same and Shirley says the same. Oh, Shirley says, me too, Cheryl. I keep checking the dots next to a comment, but they only say report or block. Yeah. I hope we will meet on Facebook again next week. And Belinda says, using metallized burnt copper and crystal capri GEMDUOs with Princess Rose drops. That sounds like an awesome, awesome combination. So now I am exactly opposite of my original, and I have just discovered that instead of 6, I picked up 5 seed beads here. I will not pick it out. I will just, before I would go to the seed beads, I pick up a new seed bead and I bead through the first 2. And then I pick up one more seed bead for the middle, and I continue through the second group of 3 and all around the motif. Lutka is asking if it should be loose. Try to keep good thread tension, and if it's loose, then go back to your tail thread, and that's actually also what I am going to do, and tie a knot with your tail thread around a piece of thread that's already like there. Tie a knot between like 2 GEMDUOs. I would recommend, if you feel that it's loose, that put a needle on the tail, bead around the GEMDUO beads, the first holes, and then really like tighten your thread to pull them together, and then tie a knot and finish off your thread. You're welcome, Lutka. And now I am beading back to that first extra bead that I added. And I bead until I am exiting that first extra bead in the middle. I pick up, this number, it's depending on the exact size of the loop of your glass bead. And then you pick up a glass drop from the front to the back, and then 2 more of the round 15 seed beads. So this is the sequence that I have, and then I bead back through the round 15. That was the extra bead between the 3 and 3 round beads from the opposite direction. So now these extra beads, everything is hanging on kind of like one side of this extra bead. And to even everything out, now I bead backwards through everything that I have added during the previous step. So first, through the 2 beads on the back side, then through the drop from the back to the front, and then through the 2 round seed beads on the front of the glass drop. And then I bead through that extra bead added in step 4 in the original direction. And when I pull my thread, then the drop will face the front of the pendant, the front of the motif, as I attached it from both sides to that extra bead. And I started to smile because a very, very good friend of mine popped up here, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊. So nice that you are here. It's you, Fatimi, right? Again, I don't see surnames, so it's hard. And Sherry likes the motif. And now I bead to that other extra bead that I added in step 4, opposite of the glass drop. And I will add the earring hook in the same way, basically, as I added the glass drop in metal setting. It depends on the orientation of that loop at the bottom of your ear wire, that how do you need to attach it. So maybe you just need a simple loop of beads, or you can do it in the same way as I did. And 𝐓𝐻𝐄𝐑𝐈𝐂𝐄𝐊, that's 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄𝐓. 𝐂𝐋𝐈���𝐂𝐊. I named it the Beading School earring because it looks as the Beading School symbol, the Beading School mandala. So you can actually download it from the same link as before. And Susie says, all right, choosing my beads now. Pizza in the oven, kids with cartoons for a moment, and here we go with this cute motif. Finally! So will you do it in Beading School colors, Susie, or do you choose your own? And let me know, ladies, in the meanwhile, how is it going? Where are you with the pattern? If you have any questions, I am really, really happy to help you if you have anything to ask or just want to share something. Nicolene, I have downloaded the file, but I can't find the name, so I don't know how to save it on my computer. Save it as Beading School earring, okay? And Laura, who is Miriam, she says, because it is your new logo, I choose the colors which match yours as much as possible. And I am now at the top of my motif. And I will add the ear wire in the same way as I added the glass drop. So I picked up 2 round 15s, and then I go through the ear wire. I add 2 more round beads, and I bead back through the round 15 that I was exiting before picking up the new beads. So this is now hanging to one side, but now I bead through the new beads and the ear wire from the opposite direction, starting through the 2 beads on the back, then ear wire from the back to the front, and then 2 beads on the front. And then I bead through that extra 15 in the original direction, and I continue through the rest. So basically, this is how you bead this motif. you might want to retrace the thread path, tie some knots in this case, and you can use it as an earring, as a pendant, as you like. And I'm really happy to see that Tanya says, just posted a picture in the club, so happy with these earrings. And Katie also made one already. She says, I made one, but not sure of the colors. Feel sleep a night over it. That's always a good decision, I think, before we cut off something. And Cheryl says, I have been scrabbling for beads for the 2mm and have 0 nice colors, so I'm trying a size 8 seed bead. I think that will work well, Cheryl. It should be okay. And Deb says, instead of a pearl, a 2-colored 2mm bead. And Cheryl says, I have almost 62mm and no colors. Look nice. Looks nice. That happens sometime. And Iris says she has to go. Thank you for joining us, Iris, today. I'm looking forward to seeing your Juvo. And I will also say goodbye to you for today. And I would like to thank you for joining me for this special motif and for following all the broadcasts and posts and blog articles that we prepared for you this week. The fun is not yet over. Starting tomorrow, actually, there will be 4 giveaways coming for consecutive Saturdays, where you can win gift cards to be used at beadingschool.com. And tomorrow will be a special giveaway because, as I have told you, for me, school is like community. So tomorrow you will be able to win a gift card, not only for yourself, but also for one of your beading friends. So keep an eye on our social media channels. I will post about it tomorrow on our Facebook page. And next week, well, starting next week, but during the whole month of May, I will be teaching an advanced level series of classes on bead embroidery in one of the biggest Facebook groups about beading and seed beads and more. And this series of workshops, they are called Creative Bead Embroidery. And I am really looking forward to seeing you there too. And please post your creations in the club and bead a lot during the weekend and relax and have an awesome time. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me today and wishing you all the best. Bye-bye.